NBA 2K26 is looking special, and we got some specializations to talk about. This is a brand new feature. It's going to allow you to progress even further on your build, enhancing it in a lot of good ways. And I'm super excited to dive into this one because I've actually been asking for this kind of thing for a long time. And we got it, baby. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. Whether you're online or offline player, you're capable of getting this. So it's a good thing to add to your game and basically enhance your playstyle. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you rock with me and want more. Let's do it. All right. So, first things first, what is specializations? Well, it's basically like a quest line for anybody in each of your saves. So, let's say you make a new character, and when you do, you get to select what you want to buff up and get extra rewards for. And today we're going to focus on the shooting because that's the one that they displayed, but we're going to take a moment and talk about the ones that they have here. You can see in the middle, every single one of these are 60 overall requirements. So for passing and playmaking, you want passing or ball handling at 60, shooting mid-range or three-pointer at 60, finishing layups and dunks or post shot and standing dunks. And defense, again, similar things where you got perimeter defense, steals, or interior and blocking, plus rebounds at 60. That's pretty easy to get. I think anybody is going to have an attribute that they want to buff up that's over 60. So that's the first thing to note. And the way these work is once you select it, you get 9 different quests, 9 different goals and challenges that you need to do in order to unlock each reward for all of them. So we don't have confirmation on every single reward yet, but we have almost all of them. The only 2 that we're missing, or 3 that we're missing, is the first 3, 1, 2, and 3. I don't think they're going to be anything major, so we can't really see what's in there at the moment, okay? But we do see the rest. So 4 is a shooting medallion. It's just gear and a jersey. I don't think this is going to have gameplay implications. I think it's just for you to have something. And then the shooting boost, you get some free boost level 5 or gold 5, let's just say. And all you're doing in all of these, as you could see, make 250 shots, whether it's mid-range or three-pointer, and then win. Oops, excuse me. And then the second one says win 50 games and make 5 shots each game. So that is pretty easy. And then the good one, the first real one that's impactful for your gameplay, is going to be at goal 6. It says in the zone, make 500 mid-range or three-pointer shots. And what do you get? You get a cap breaker. This is in black and white right now, but as you can see, the cap breakers are legendary, big time buffs. Remember, one thing that the devs confirmed is that it's actually going to be restricted to your category. So this is a shooting cap, but if you did defense, it'll be a defensive cap. Each of them will have their own buff, their own caps. You can put it on anywhere on the build. So this is just a very cool mechanic. Honestly, they should add more cap breakers and more of these challenges. I believe that they're going to have a second version of this as the season progresses, maybe halfway through the year. That would be fun, just to add extra layer of like, hey, you want to grind something out? Here you go. And then now we're going to get into number 7. It's just kind of crazy. You get a max +1. Again, this is a permanent max +1. Unlike the other ones that are seasonal. I don't like the seasonal stuff, but it is what it is. This one, you're going to get a max +1 permanent for shooting. So any type of buff that you feel you need for your shooting, you can throw it in there and pretty much max that thing out. So I'm looking to take something that I'm weak at and buff it up to the max and basically have a crazy fun build that can do a little bit of everything, but be dominant on 1 or 2 things as well. So that's my general build setup. I have to get into the builder and see for myself what's possible for the builds, but yeah, it's gonna be a great year. Then all you got to do is get 200 games 1 and then shoot 5 shots in, I'm sorry, 100 games 1 and then shoot, and that's it. Then now we get to the crazy stuff. The last 2 rewards, you're gonna get another cap breaker for goal 8,000 shots, and then when you hit 2,000 shots, you'll get max +2. Again, remember, these are permanent buffs. So you're going to go nuts in one category. You're going to buff yourself up crazy. I'm going to most likely put my, whatever it is, I say I put shooting low and I'll have it on silver or gold. And then I'll buff it all the way up to Hall of Fame or Legend. That is insane. So this is going to be one of the best things in the game, in my personal opinion. And I wanted to take a moment to start discussing what was said by Mike Wayne and the things that he answered from the community. It's pretty much stuff that I've already kind of talked about. And he explained with the cap breakers, you can put it anywhere or apply it to physical attributes as well, which is interesting because maybe somebody has a perfect build and they just want to buff up their speed, which I definitely feel is always important in the game. But it says right here, you're capable, if you earn a shooting badge, you can apply that badge to 3-pointers, mid-ranges, free throws, speed, agility, strength, and vertical. Personally, speed would be the #1 thing I'll focus on if I was putting it on physicals. But that's a great confirmation. And secondly, he confirms what I already told you guys, which you can play this mode offline or online. So multiplayer modes or in MyCareer. Again, I always go to MyCareer, get some badges, work on the build a little bit. So I'll be able to really go hard this year and enjoy that journey as we go forward. So it should be a really good time to do that. Then we have the last one where it says, are you limited to one custom takeover? This has nothing to do with it, but custom takeovers are fire. You're basically able to edit 4 of them, but that's another one conversation that we'll discuss another time. The last one that I wanted to showcase is actually from our buddy, best of the best, one of the 2K players for the league, turned into a dev. He basically gives more information. He explains a lot. This is the key stuff, to be honest, for this video. He says, quest completion can transfer between save. An example, your save 1, you selected rebounds and completed 5 quests on that save. You can create another save, select rebounding and your path again, and you'll start at quest 6. So you'll be able to have the previous 5 rewards. This to me is critical. And this is going to be something I'm going to do a guide for, because I personally am going to try to get to level 7, level 8 on something like shooting, and then just make a couple of builds, store them up. So that way I won't have to grind out all of that. And I could just do the last quest and get it done, most likely. We'll see. You know, these are interesting, but you're going to have to earn the rest of the rewards either way. So the fact that you're capable of somewhat transferring it, it doesn't mean you're going to automatically unlock everything. But if I can get to level 8 and then only do the last quest, it's a huge help. So, you know, we'll see, you know, ways to make that work and to be efficient with it. It's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. And then it says, these quests are designed to be something you grind and allow you to work towards improving your player over time. There are some really cool and impactful rewards that make it worth it. Got it. And then the last thing he says, you can earn progression both online and offline towards, and we already know that, but that was probably the biggest news when it comes to some type of grind and new system that we've never seen before. But now you're going to get a max +1. You're going to get a max +2 and 2 cap breakers. So to me, that is like outrageously powerful. Be able to get those 2 cap breakers on top of that, you know, have those max +1s and 2s to go crazy with your build and really dominate in the game. You're going to be able to do some fun, interesting, wild stuff this year. And personally, you know, I recommend everybody to take the time and don't rush, you know, making your build. I am going to be studying this for the first day. I always spend a lot of time in the builder and kind of see what's possible, and then I make my build. I tend to go over the limit and never rush my builds. Everybody wants to run and play, but I like taking my time and then just understanding the mechanics of the builder and then making the build. So I'll have you covered on the best possible build after day one for the most part. And then of course, we'll play the game and see which build is the best overall, because the thing that does happen is you make a great build and great idea and learning all the systems, but then there's certain mechanics, maybe shooting is buffed or nerfed. Layups right now have the new customization, so they might be buffed. Who knows? We'll see what could happen. At the moment, I'm excited about all of it. But I do have you covered with a lot of dope content on the channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you're rocking with me and want more. And a new video, me breaking down the details for the builder, should be popping up on screen now. Go check that out. Hope you enjoy this one. Catch you on the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.